Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla's Monday Musings. Look, I'm sorry I haven't done one of these for a while. Things have been busy with work and with other things, but I thought I needed to talk to you about one issue. The Tesla share price. Have I missed the boat by not buying shares at Christmas? And let me explain to you why that is. So look, I'm running a YouTube channel called Just Get a Tesla. I even got a t-shirt for Christmas with a bit of a stupid joke about the Tesla name on it. I'm all in on why I think Tesla is the right platform to be able to take mass adoption of EVs forward for a whole number of reasons. But the point is that I thought investing would also be an interesting idea because there was this mad pile-on at the back end of 2022. You know, Elon was doing, let's be honest, some daft stuff. The Twitter takeover hasn't exactly put him in the better light with a lot of people, as well as some of the other stuff that had gone on previously. So there's already this view of we don't like Elon because he kind of reminds us of, you know, Hank Scorpio off The Simpsons, you know, that kind of like evil supervillain guy, despite the fact that, you know, he's running a revolutionary car technology company, he's running a revolutionary space transport company, and now he's bought Twitter as well just for the hell of it, and obviously Starlink. You know, that's fairly unorthodox. So the guy is desperately reaching out and trying to break the boundaries in terms of what can and can't be done. You know, you can't launch reusable rockets and then bring them back. You just can't do it, except that he is doing it, and the turnaround times on the rockets is ridiculous. We're about to see Starship and the booster go very quickly with SpaceX, and obviously with Tesla you definitely can't start a company, you can't go after the big guys, you can't end up where your valuation is several of them combined over. It just can't be done until it can. So here's the point. If you get what Elon Musk is doing and you understand what Tesla is doing, is it actually a sensible time to invest in the business? And the only reason I've said have I missed the boat is the price got so ridiculously low, relatively speaking, at New Year. The price hit a low of about $110 at the turn of the year. Right, it went up and down a little bit, but around there. It's now trading at $190. So it's already had this enormous increase just from the base. Well, if you wanted to come in now, you've definitely missed that. So let's just think about why I really should have gone for it. And it was a question of the money sat there to buy some shares, but it's Christmas and you spend the money on other things. So I could have gone for it, and I hesitated and I chose not to. So we've already seen the price go from $110 to $190. Now, here's the question, is it going to keep going? So here and now, the Tesla share price already has it as one of the top 10 most valuable companies in the world. It's 611 or something billion dollars market capitalization, which is way bigger than any of the other car manufacturers. It's probably overpriced if you're thinking about it as a car company. But is it? Because the point is, the Tesla car is a rolling chassis with a big structural battery pack and a computer and automation that just then happens to have seats and a boot and all of the other things that go with it. So it's a technology company that builds transportation rather than a car company that's bolting some tech on the side awkwardly like most of them do, like Ford, Volkswagen Group, etc. So there is just this thing about, are we thinking about Tesla the right way? It's a tech stock rather than it's being a car manufacturer. I know it makes cars. But then let's look at how it's making cars. It's already come up with this completely unique way of actually building its vehicles. You know, pretty much every other EV out there, and I do mean pretty much all of them, are made in a traditional car factory where you've got the rolling production line and, you know, you've built the body and then you drop the engine in and you bolt everything on and it's all separate parts. That's really inefficient from a space perspective. Tesla obviously have everything on the floor. The point is that when you're having to configure your construction around the way that your factory works, that's how you end up where you go under the bonnet of so many EVs and find you've got a motor inverter stack, because that replaces the engine in the way that it's built. With Tesla, they do it completely differently. So, you've got a body shell, which is then bolted on top of a structural battery pack. So the battery pack has strength and then has these two huge castings put on either end, which contain the motors with the wheels and the suspension bolted on, and the body attached onto that. So it's a far more efficient way of producing a vehicle and far fewer parts. And if you've got simplicity and reduced complexity and less parts, that is obviously a much cheaper way of making a vehicle. And that's the point that Tesla have got that the other guys haven't got. But then we've also got this thing about batteries. If you're buying an EV that's made by Ford or Volkswagen Audi or anybody else, it has got a battery pack built by somebody else. So up here in the UK, Nissan, being one of the very few car manufacturers that we still have left, is still building the Leaf, which is absolutely ancient, using a battery pack that's made by Envision, basically in a factory next to the Nissan assembly line. But it's not a Nissan battery pack, it's Envision. And it's exactly the same thing with Ford, with all of the other guys buying in battery packs from people like Panasonic and LG and so on. Tesla design, develop and build their own batteries. And here's why that's important. And this is why I think it's relevant to the share price and to where things are going. Tesla come up with these events where they talk about different stages of, product and development and what they're going to be able to bring to market. And back in 2020, they had a battery day where they started talking about where they're going with batteries. And here's the point. They said that they thought that they could cut the cost of batteries down by 60-70%. And the numbers that's now coming out in terms of the investment that they're putting into their new gigafactories show that that's what they're absolutely expecting. That, the amount of value versus volume that these factories are going to be producing in terms of batteries does show that the cost of the battery pack is going to continue to fall and fall and fall. And that's absolutely crucial, because again, what exactly is an EV? If you're Ford and you have to be able to build everything down the same production line as the vehicles that you've already got, then it's a traditional car with lots and lots and lots and lots of expensive components that all need to be bolted together. With Tesla, it's a big battery pack that becomes a rolling chassis and a body then attached to it and everything run through a screen. So you've got this absolute simplicity in terms of how it is designed and therefore built, which makes it cheaper. And there is this absolute push now to be able to get the price down. Here's then the thing. The price of Teslas to buy dropped at year end. And there was this huge noise about, they're going to kill the used market and my car's now worth less than it was. Guys, if you bought a new car, the price of it drops significantly as soon as you drive it off the parking lot. That's just how it works. It is a value that depreciates, an asset that loses value. What we want, though, is more people to be able to get into it. And there's been a lot of negative stuff, especially in the UK press, because they absolutely love to hit EVs. And why do they want to hit EVs? Because it's seen as environmentalism. Why do they want to hit environmentalism? Because the spivs who own the Conservative Party and own the establishment in this country make their money from selling things off. They're not interested in investment. They're not interested in business other than how much money can I have to take away, and they can make a whole load of money from basically knocking anything which threatens the status quo, which is environmentalism, which is EVs, which is Tesla. So let's make a huge amount of fuss about, there's been a queue at a supercharger. Great. They're investing in more and more and more superchargers, and Tesla can charge at all of the superchargers and every other charge point, unlike most other cars. So it's not an issue, it's just something that they're hyping for the hell of it. So this is the point, right? If the cost of the battery gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, then the cost of the car gets cheaper. So amazingly enough, Tesla cut the price to be able to make their cars more accessible, to sell more. Radical idea, let's sell more product. And because the input costs are going down all the time with the iterative changes that they're always making to the way they're producing stuff, then they're making more profit as well. Tesla is a very profitable company if you look at it as a car manufacturer. It's a tech stock really, but if you want to look at it per vehicle, it makes good money. It makes a lot more money than quite a few of the other legacy ones. So cheaper cars driven by cheaper batteries is surely a massive thing, which pulls me back to where I started off, which is Tesla's share price. There are some analysts who are still, ooh, Elon Musk, and ooh, you know, it's massively overvalued and you've got to be absolutely crazy. And there's others, and big investment firms in America are absolutely piling on, buying as much stock as they can while it's cheap, saying, guys, you really need to get on this. So I don't know. I still don't actually have the cash to go jumping in on this yet, but might have soon. But I am genuinely curious, and I would love your opinion in the comments. Have I missed the boat on Tesla share price? Is it just going to keep going back up and up and up? In which case, I haven't missed the boat. Is the rise from 110 to 190 that we've just had kind of it? You know, is all of the fuss about Tesla cutting the price of vehicles actually a real problem when I'm dismissing it? Whatever. Tell me in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, yada, 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 yada. I will try and do more of these Monday slots because I don't know about you, but I like talking about stuff, right? And one thing you get off my YouTube channel is less of me talking about stuff because I'm trying to let the car do the talking. And these Monday musing spots allows me to just kind of just get on with it. So if you like these, watch it. If you don't like these, you won't watch it and I won't do any more. I'll see you very soon, guys.